LTD Contract Committee meeting. I'm Emily Secord, I'm the chair, and I'm going to go ahead and call the meeting to order and do a brief roll call. Michelle Weber.
Here.
Perfect. And Susan Cox, we know, is not able to join us tonight, unfortunately, although she sends her regards. I don't have any comments. I think these were all fairly straightforward on the agenda, although certainly welcome to ask questions or provide comments, but we'll just dig right in unless there's anybody else that needs to make a comment. Camille, Mark, Kristen, Wendy.
Nope, I think we're good to go.
Awesome. Okay, well then let's go ahead and tackle our first item. It looks like Randy might be the one reporting on that. For Chambers Construction. Wendy, are you taking over for Randy tonight or? No, okay.
No, I think, yeah, go ahead, Camille.
Zoom is having a little bit of issues. Please forgive the technical issues. I am pulling Randy over now. Apologies.
No problem. Okay, we'll stall. Michelle, did you have a nice weekend?
I had a great weekend. The weather was so nice.
Good. And Mark, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm currently working from Palm Springs, so.
Oh, poor Mark.
Yeah.
Might as well be enjoying the sunshine.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, good. And looks like Randy's joined us. So Randy, welcome and thanks for joining us. We're looking forward to your presentations.
Yeah, so these will be quick. Michelle, hi, Randy again. I've never met you in person yet, but one of these days we'll get to.
One day.
So I have two contracts tonight to talk about, and they're both pretty similar in nature. The first contract is with Chambers Construction for construction services to replace the bus wash system at our Glenwood campus. That's our main facility. The contract is valued at $710,000 and will be funded utilizing Formula 5307 funds along with a 20% local match. This is approved in the current CIP under the bus wash improvements project. So last month, this project went out for a competitive invitation to bid, and we had two responsive bidders, and Chambers Construction was the lowest bid. So we currently have an aging bus wash system at the Glenwood campus. The manufacturer went out of business years ago, which means we're not able to source any parts anymore, and we don't have any ability to adjust controls or programming. Repair and maintenance of the bus wash system is timely and it's expensive for our facilities team and the general service workers who utilize the bus wash at night. So this project will remove the existing bus wash equipment and replace it with a totally new system. And as part of our due diligence to make sure we don't get stuck in the same situation in the future, we required that the manufacturer prove that they have a long history in the business and that LTD will actually acquire ownership of the operating system so that we can make any changes to the programs that we need to without the manufacturers being in existence. In addition to replacing the bus wash system, we're going to be doing some repair and maintenance to the actual building itself. So this building was part of the original construction of the Glenwood campus in 1988. So we need to refinish the interior surfaces. There's a lot of painting that needs to happen there. Lighting will be upgraded to LEDs. New heaters will be installed and new overhead doors will be installed. This falls under several different aspects in our strategic business plan. Simplest is obviously customer satisfaction. We want our riders to enjoy their experience by riding on a bus that is regularly maintained and cleaned. And our employees also pride themselves by keeping the district's assets in great operating condition. And lastly, it'll increase the sustainability by utilizing a lot less water than the current system. And I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right into the second contract because it's so similar to this first one. And it's again with Chambers Construction for construction services to replace the bus wash system at the Ride Source campus or paratransit facility. This contract is valued at $473,500, and it's funded utilizing, and bear with me while I read out this whole thing, the Federal Coronavirus Response and Relief Supplemental Appropriations Act grant. So in short, that's a CRISA grant. This project is approved in the current CIP under the Transit Facility State of Good Repair Project. And it also went out for a competitive invitation for bid, and we had a single bid, which was Chambers Construction. The details of this project are nearly identical to what we're doing on the Glenwood campus. We're totally replacing the bus wash there and doing some repair and maintenance to the building that the wash sits in. For both of these contracts, we do have a couple alternatives to approving them. First, the contract committee can simply deny approval of the contract and LTD can continue using the existing bus wash. And second, we could resolicit either contract in its entirety. Resoliciting would affect funding for the project as it would push the project out until next summer. So right now we are planning on doing construction this summer on it. I think that's all I have. Do you guys have any questions on either of these?
Michelle, do you have any questions? I'll let you start.
I don't, those two felt pretty straightforward to me.
Perfect. Randy, I felt the same way, and I really appreciated knowing which ones had single bids and which ones had a couple of opportunities. And then I also, you just said something that the first one was for 710, but the bid was for just under 700,000. I just wanted to get some clarity on that. Are we approving up to 710 if needed, or is there a secondary small contract in there?
Yeah, up to 710. So with the ownership of the why can't I think of my words? The operating system for that bus wash, there's some different options we have there, and we need to talk that through with the vendor more, what those options will allow us.
Okay, perfect. I had a feeling there was something just smaller in there that we just wanted to make sure we were accounting for. So perfect. That sounds good. And I see Kalina's joined us. I don't know if she wanted to add anything, or Sarah as well. Unless that's just for the next one. Nope. Okay, perfect. Sounds good. Okay, well then we do have two separate motions that need to be made for these to go to the board of directors. Michelle, if you want to read those off, or I have them in front of me if you'd rather.
Right, I can handle it, sure. I move to forward contract number 2021-78 to the board of directors with a recommendation for approval.
And I will second that. And it feels like a little bit of a formality, but we'll go ahead and do a roll call vote. Michelle?
Yes.
Emily? Yes. Motion passes. And if you want to move on to the next one, that would be awesome. We'll do the same thing.
I move to forward contract number 2021-79 to the board of directors with a recommendation for approval.
I will second that, and we'll do a roll call vote unless there's any further discussion. Michelle, I think I forgot to ask that before. Apologies. So Michelle, how do you vote?
Yes.
And Emily, yes, as well. So that motion passes. Thank you. All right. Thanks, Randy, for your time. That was awesome. We appreciate the extra information in that packet as well.
Yeah, you're
Great. Okay, and then we are on to our third agenda item. And this looks like it's going to be prepared by, well, it's prepared by Todd. It looks like that's who's joined us to do the presentation as well. I don't see Joe. Okay, perfect. Well, then I will turn the reins over to Todd.
All right, thank you. It's nice to meet you over Zoom. But anyways, my name's Todd Smith. I'm a new project manager here in facilities, and I'm excited to be here at Lane Transit District in a position that serves the community. And I'm also grateful that I get to work in the built environment. It gives me the opportunity to bring people together in meaningful ways. I'm here to talk to you about the on-call construction services contract to Chambers Construction, replacing the previous contract. That contract value is for $8.5 million over the next 5 years, and will be funded by the facility's operating budget and the CIP under several categories, such as the boarding improvements and the transit facility state of good repair. This on-call construction services went out to competitive solicitation in the form of a request for proposals. 4 contractors responded to the request, and they were evaluated based on qualification, experience, safety, and environmental sustainability, workforce diversity commitment, and price. There was a clear separation from the first ranked proposer, Chambers Construction, to the rest of the proposers. Chambers came in at 89 as a total score, and the next closest was 73. The proposed work of this contract is to provide an on-call general construction services utilizing a task order for planned and unplanned work. As LTT systems grow and expand, the facilities which house our staff, buses, and maintenance functions will grow proportionately. Projects have been planned and will continue to arise at LTD's need to grow. The staff does not have the capacity to carry out the major corrective maintenance or rehabilitation projects. Having an on-call contractor allows LTD to perform and respond to internal and external needs in a more efficient manner. The general contractor affords LTG every possible trade, project oversight, and fast response time to repairs in an efficient manner. This contract touches on the strategic business plan, and it's in alignment with that plan in the two areas which are highlighted: customer satisfaction and financial health. In the area of customer satisfaction, this contract allows a timely response to the district's infrastructure and repair needs to assist in maintaining on-time performance of routes, and often these projects performed by the on-call contractor can assist in improvement of the route's efficiencies. The proposed work also improves safety and security of the transit system and has a positive impact to our community. In addition to all of this, there are repairs done by the contract that will improve accessibility and provide better access for everyone. These items mentioned above are provide a better overall customer experience. In the area of financial health, this contract increases the operation and efficiencies to help prevent failures of the system and equipment, resulting in the reduction of operating costs. The contract will assist in asset protection. Work that reduces deferred maintenance can have a costly impact on the district if not done, and in a timely manner. The work proposed also includes energy and water efficiency measures, reducing operating costs. These items mentioned improve financial health and also promote environmental sustainability. There are a couple of alternatives to approving this contract. First, the contract committee can simply deny the approval of the contract and have the staff bid each project independently. Or second, we could resolicit a bid in its entirety. So are there any questions?
Michelle, do you have any questions? Or I can jump in.
No, not really. It looked pretty straightforward, and it makes sense to me to have one contractor kind of on call to handle any needs that might arise.
And I was going to say, this sounds like we're in the last time frame for our last 5-year contract. So this is in alignment with what we've done previously. So I'm not surprised to see this come up based on the timing. Is Chambers Construction currently our on call? Okay, I was going to say, I think we've done quite a bit of work with them in the past, so we're pretty familiar, and they're very responsive from my understanding. So,
Yes.
Okay, I think this sounds good. Is there anything else that we're not asking that we should? Are we feeling like we've covered this pretty well? I liked that we had the scores on there, so thanks for providing that, Todd. Okay. Okay, Michelle, any more discussion that you feel like needs to happen?
No, thank you for giving us a really thorough picture of what these contracts are for. I really appreciate that. It helps us make that decision just more quickly. I don't have any questions or any additional comments there.
Awesome. Well, Todd, thanks for joining us this evening. I know sometimes this is a little bit overwhelming because sometimes we have a lot of questions and sometimes we don't have any. So it's great to have you. Thanks for being part of LTD, and thanks for your presentation. Michelle, do you want to do the motion?
Sure. I move to forward contract number 2021-48 to the Board of Directors with a recommendation for approval.
And I'm Emily, and I will second that. Michelle, any further discussion just to make sure we cover our bases?
Nope.
All right, then I'll switch to a roll call vote. Michelle, how do you vote?
Yes.
Emily, yes, and that motion passes with the recommendation for approval. Perfect. Thanks, everybody. And that is our agenda. So we are very efficient tonight. Is there anything else that we need to talk about as a contract committee, or Michelle, I can't think of anything that's pressing.
No, I don't have anything on my mind that's, just burning to come out.
Okay, sounds good.
You've got no reason to extend the meeting.
Yeah, I know, I'm like 4:14. I'm a little anxious. Are we missing something? So, Helena, nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. Kristen, Wendy, thank you for your time. And Neil, even though we don't see your face, thank you for yours as well. So 4:15, we'll officially adjourn the contract committee meeting. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.